Hi friends, it's Anne and I want to welcome you to Friday Freebie. So I've decided to do a project, and with that project I'm also going to give you free papers that you can download and print out for it. So this, and it's probably going to be over a few weeks. So this week I'm giving you, well, these are the papers that'll be in your PDF. So I'll just show you those. So nice piece of floral paper. So it's all different things on there. This is just bits of ephemera on there, some document type of thing, some more bits and pieces that you can cut up and use, some pattern paper, some more pattern paper, and some more pattern paper, and some images to use, some more pattern paper, and some more images to use. Alright, so there's 10 sheets in there that you can download and print out. And what I'm going to make is I'm going to make a scrappy little grungy journal. So I'll talk about this paper that I made. So I've got the sheet here, that's what's left of it. Oops, sorry. So this piece I made, I got a piece of butcher's paper, or that's paper that, you know, you get your fish and chips that comes in. We call it butcher's paper. I don't know if it's called newsprint paper or whatever. Anyway, it comes in a pretty, this is a bit torn up piece, but it comes in a big sheet like that. So what I did, I went outside, I laid my tablecloth down on my table out there. It's a plastic PVC tablecloth. And I laid this down, and then I got PVA glue or white glue. I mixed it with half water. So 1-to-1 ratio, 1 part water and 1 part PVA glue or white glue. And then, as you can see, this one just didn't stick down very well. Then I had some papers from a magazine. So I laid that down first, put the glue on, and also had my spray bottle with coffee, and I sprayed coffee all over it. And this paper here, I've been using it for, you know, when I've been doing painting sort of stuff. So that's why it's got this sort of colour on it. So then I laid that down first. Then I laid down magazine pages over the whole thing. More glue with glue water, spray with coffee. And then for the final sheet piece, I laid down, this is, what do you call it? It's the tissue paper from sewing, you know, from patterns. When you buy a pattern, sewing pattern, it's the tissue paper from that. So I used that, but you can use any tissue paper that you would like. And then I, of course, sprayed with coffee, and then I also got some white paint and distressed with a bit of white, got a roller. This nice foam roller, got a bit of white paint, and then I just did that. And then I just let it dry. And then I took it inside and I've cut it into pieces. Because I want a nice grungy, I want nice grungy pages to work with. So the other thing you could do, if you don't want to do that, you could use any sort of cardstock that's kind of thick. You could use watercolour paper that's thick. You could also use, what do you call it? You know, from packaging. You could also use that and cut it into pieces. Now I haven't measured anything. This is just, you know, size of my hand. And then I've just roughly tore them out. And then I went to, because it's wanting to fall apart a bit, so I went to a sewing machine and I've sewed all around the edges. So I've got, how many pages have I got? The cover, this will be the cover. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pages, including the front and back. And what I'm going to do is, I've got some wool. I'm actually going to do some holes and then make some tie it with some wool, so that when you open it up, this is going to be a really rough little journal, just a little fun thing to play with. I think maybe might be an idea to reinforce with fabric where we're going to cut the holes. Alright, so I've got this fabric from my eco dyeing that I'm going to use, and I think what I'm going to, just trying to see how big I need it, so probably like so. Like so, we'll do it. You don't need double actually. Now I'm sorry, I'm just thinking, I think just having it on one side would be plenty. Yeah. So I'm just going to tear this in half. I don't think it needs to be double. So there we go, making it up as I go. So okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Trying not to clutter myself up like I normally do. So now I'm just going to, and I think I'm just going to glue each piece on this side of the fabric. I think it'll glue better to the side of it. And I'll probably use my fabric glue. And this will just help make it more, doesn't want to come out. It's got a bit of a build-up of glue around the nozzle. Okay, might be good now, I think. Alright, and as you can see, I've making sure that the side that's going to have the holes, I've tried to make them reasonably sort of straight. It makes it a bit easier. And I'm just going to put that. And like I said, I'm probably going to go and stitch with the sewing machine around there as well. So I'll probably do this. Alright, so mine are all glued and stitched, and I'm just umming and ahhing whether to make it into a book now, or do the pages and then make it into a book. I'm going to have a think about it, I think. So I've made 2 of these are a little bit bigger than the rest, just to have them for covers. Alright, so I have decided that I am going to partially decorate before I bind it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put down 1 or 2 pieces just to do the covers, and then I can go back through and do further decorating. So I'm not going to use that one now. I'm just going to use... Okay, what do I want? Actually, this would make really beautiful for the front and back, wouldn't it? This would look really beautiful for the front and back. So I think I'm going to... I don't want straight edges, so I think I'm going to... I'm just trying to decide whether to... I think I'm going to just... Just going to bend this and then tear it. I have printed this kit out on all by one, is actually on some thicker paper. I'm not sure what thickness it is, but it is a lot thicker. I think it must be like a must be at least 110 DSM paper, I would say. Alright, so the front I'm going to use, well, I want that beautiful flower there, so I'm just going to, I should actually have done this first, separate these two. Let's get that straight. Just getting a nice crease there. Right, so now just going to take some off the bottom. I might just tear this with the ruler. So, and what I want about like so, I think. Actually, I'm just going to about to there and there. I'm not going to tear this straight, so it's a little bit wonky, like so. I think that would look really pretty. Actually, I wonder if I should make it a little bit smaller and have something else behind it. That is so pretty, but I want to it look nice with a little bit something else behind it as well. I think it would look nice with something else. So what if I take a little bit more off the side? like so, and then I'm not sure what to put behind it. Let me see, what have I got in my scraps? Some of that would probably look alright. I think a bit of like pattern paper would look nice. I do like the colour of this. Excuse me. So what if I see what I've got in here? Have I got anything? Don't mind a little bit of that. Oh, it looks a bit busy. See what I've got in here. I think either some sort of pattern or maybe a bit of, oh, I do like a bit of that. I'm going to use a bit of this ledger paper. So I think what I should do, maybe tear a piece off. Maybe tear that like so. Thinking like that. I probably really want a piece the whole way, don't I? Yeah. Alright, so and I think if I tear like so, something like that, and then that can go like so. Something like that. I think I like that. I might just tear this straight edge off. So I'm going to use some glue and glue this one down. wondering I should have a little bit of something underneath there as well. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. And then this one can go over the top. So I'm just using wet glue because I don't know how well the glue stick would stick any of this on, so I think this will work better. Something like that. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. I do like that. And for the back, I'm going to do the other piece. I think that would look really, really nice. So that's the front, and then this will be the back. Where'd that go? There we go. Alright, so I've glued all the basic sort of layers on there. It's still wet, so I'm going to have to let it all dry properly. And I'll probably go through and arrange them a little bit. That looks just fine the way it is. Alright, and I've kept all my little scraps and bits because I'll probably go back through and I might add some little bits of scraps to the different pages, and we'll embellish the pages more. Maybe add some pockets and, you know, things like that. So this is just like a thing, and next time I will we'll bind the book, and then we'll start working on it and putting more things in there. So this will just be part one, and then I'm not sure how many parts this will be, maybe 2 or 3. Well, definitely be 2, but it may be 3, I'm not sure. So just go through and cover all the pages. I didn't really think about it very much. I just went through and plopped the pages together, and ended up going to my white glue, because this glue, it has a bit of a smell, and it was just getting a little bit overpowering. So I went to the white glue, which is a little bit more wet, so it's going to need time to dry. So, and don't forget, you can use anything you have, any other papers. You know, print the kit out a couple of times if you want to just use those papers. Use book pages, music papers, papers from magazines, anything that you have. And okay, and next time we'll work some more on here. So thanks for watching. I hope you're joining in, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.